Hey everybody. Well, let's talk about third-party administrators. Everybody wants to be on TPA programs. Every time I would go or my guys would go to a IICRC training, the trainer would say, okay, so who's on program work? And myself or my guys would always raise our hands and we'd look around the room and everybody else would go, how'd you get on it? We're not on those. How do you do that? How do you get on it? Well, I'm going to break that down for you right now. Who they are, what they do, and the things that we've done in order to get on those programs. And we were on all of them. We were on Contractor Connection, Alacrity, Sedgwick, CodeBlue. Yeah. We may have done a couple jobs, but then that was it. But yeah, so we run all the programs, and even when you say, oh, I'm on Contractor Connection, inside of Contractor Connection, there's 30, 40 insurance companies inside of it. Their biggest ones, USAA, Nationwide, State Farm, Allstate. They're all inside of that. So once you even get into a program, then you have to figure out, well, how am I going to get onto each individual insurance company inside that program? And a lot of insurance companies may be in Contractor Connection, they may be in Alacrity, may be in Sedgwick. They'll be in multiple different ones, and some they'll use, and some they'll say, oh, we don't like them as much. Why is that? How did these companies get all of this control? Well, it's pretty simple. Contractor Connection went to Nationwide, and they went to their claims building, and they talked to the heads of the claims department, and they said, wow, this is like a 20-story building full of people all working on claims. And they said to them, hey, we'd love to help you guys save some money. And they said, oh, really? How are you going to do that? Well, you can get rid of every single person in this building. Well, how do we handle our claims? Oh, well, we'll take care of them for you. And then they said, okay, how much are you going to charge us for it? Nothing. We're going to do it for free. We'll do it for free. And of course, Nationwide, State Farm, all these companies said, sure, okay, great. Got rid of all their employees, and now Contractor Connection runs all of their claims. Well, how does Contractor Connection make money? Well, they charge. They charge the contractor 5-10% in order to do the work. So that's how they get paid. That's why the insurance companies gave it to them. Well, then what happened? Well, Alacrity said, wait a second, Contractor Connection just got all of Nationwide work. Well, we want Nationwide's work. So they went to Nationwide and said, hey, we'll handle all your claims for you. And they said, yeah, no, we're good. We got Contractor Connection. They're taking care of everything, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, but we could save you $5 million a year. How are you going to save us $5 million more a year? Well, we're not going to charge for setup fee. Oh, well, that's like $100. Or a service call fee. It's $150 a pop. No, our contractors don't charge that fee. Well, now they just saved $3 million, $5 million. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to go to Alacrity. Well, then next year, Contractor Connection came back and said, hey, wait a second. You know, we want your work back. And oh, well, we only charge, we don't charge for more than 3 days of drying. Everything has to be done in 3 days. So we're going to save you $20 million this year. Oh, okay. Now they said, hey, if you want to be on the program, you can only charge for 3 days. And this is how they got all the work. And every insurance company, slowly but surely, has ended up going inside of these. And they've gotten rid of their adjusters, as we've all seen. So very few adjusters now work for the insurance companies, and most of their work goes through third-party administrators. So it's a reality in our industry, and we need to deal with it and figure out, do we want to do work for third-party administrators? And you think, oh yeah, no, I want to. Well, let's talk about some of the negatives to being on the TPA programs. Okay? You're still not guaranteed to get paid. you think, well, it's running through the program. We should get paid. Now, some programs have payment schedules where they control the money and get the money to you. But if it goes to the homeowner, you still run into the same issues where a homeowner could walk with the money. You have to do a lot of documentation. Now, if you've never done this documentation, you don't really know what we're talking about. But you have to constantly upload pictures and notes and all that up online. That's really not a big deal. You're taking pictures, you're doing notes already in your software, your CRM. So that's not really anything new. You just have to do it twice, right? And even some of our CRMs actually will automatically link to them and upload those photos automatically. So that's really not that big of a deal. But if you've never filled out a MICA report, now you're in for a treat. With the MICA report, you have to do a lot of documentation. It's all time stamped. So they want that documentation day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And you have to be able to prove why you did everything. And MICA controls how many DHUs and how many air movers you put in, right? And I don't know if those are always accurate to the S500 standards. So you get paid for less. Let's say you only own large dehumidifiers. And, the room called for a small. You only get paid for a small even though you put a large in the room. Not the end of the world, per se, but these are some of the things. But the time it takes to fill in a MICA document. So you're already doing your Xactimate. And if you're using Xactimate. Now, if you're on a program, you have to use Xactimate, right? But you can also, and there's other software that they use too outside of Xactimate. So you may have to learn a second software. But, the MICA documentation is a lot. And, so you're going to end up having to put somebody on that just to fill out and do that. So you train an admin staff or sub it out to a third party. But that needs to be done, right? Let's talk about what they do with inside of Xactimate. They'll take away line items that you can charge for. Like I said, no more service calls, right? They do all kinds of things like that inside of there. So you lose those line items. Their price list is preset. You can't change it, of course, inside their program. Of course, we can outside the program. We can use Xactimate and increase the price list, the standard price list, by 20%. We're allowed to do that. We're a private corporate company that's allowed to charge whatever we feel is fair, right? Now, if homeowners are going to pay us that's fine, right? But now they're setting the price list, and it's discounted, and there's line items not there. So just know that that's part of it too. Like I said, the documentation, putting everything online, and then they're gonna call you out if something's not right. Your dehumidifier readings have to make sense. They have to show a decrease in the specific humidity throughout the process, right? And one of the other things where you're gonna have to pay, right? So you're gonna pay 5-10% a fee to be on the program. Now, what are the positives? There's definitely positives to be on the program. You get regular job flow somewhat, right? It all depends on if the claims go through the program or not. And then there's a rotation of the contractors in your area. And then you get scored based on how fast you got there. If the customer gives you a positive review to them directly, not your Google reviews or anything like that, but it's to them directly. But you do get regular job flow. So, that's a really good thing. And on mitigation jobs, you can still make really good money. Construction jobs, a little bit more difficult, but, if you've got good systems and you can manage your jobs efficiently, you can still make money on the construction too. Not easily, but you could still do it. So there's a lot of volume to being on it. So that is a definite positive for sure. So the big question, how do you get on these programs, right? So, like I said, my company was on all the programs. Every single one, I think, we were on. And pretty much every insurance company inside of them. So we did a lot of work with these companies. And it was very good. So how did we get on it? Well, the first thing you have to do, fill out the application. Go on their websites, fill out their application. You go, okay, but I got to pay to fill out the application. Yeah, they'll probably charge you a fee, whatnot, to send it in. But that doesn't guarantee you to get on the program. It does not. But if they decide in your area that somebody who's not performing at the level that they want, and an insurance company, an adjuster, somebody gets upset with the company, they say, who else you got? Oh, I already used that company before, we didn't like them. I already used that company. Okay. Well, I got this company. You're the new company. Your application is complete. It's in the system. It's ready to go. All they got to do now is flip the switch. And now you're on for Nationwide or Farmers or Allstate, whoever it is. Maybe USAA. Great company. So you got to have that application filled out. So get applications filled out for every single one. And then once you have the application filled out, right, you're going to make sure that you ask and find out who the regional manager is. Very important to have the regional manager's name and number so that you can introduce yourself, invite him to come down and do an inspection of your facility and your equipment so that he gives you the thumbs up. That's very important. And then what you want to do is, you work with all these adjusters and agents that are referring you. Maybe you have family that's an agent, right? Or a buddy. You want them to start pushing for you to get on the program. And that's how you'll end up getting there. So somebody will get upset or they want to add another one because there's just too much volume in your area for that insurance company. So they're going to want to add another company. You want them pushing for you. So the local adjusters pushing for you to get onto USAA inside the Contractor Connection program, right? Or a local agent for Nationwide is saying, hey, I want Joe's Restoration Company on there. They do a great job. I want them handling all my jobs. That is going to go a long way. And a good agent that's doing well and performing well has some say, and they can push to get you guys on their program, on that program. But you already got to have your application in. You got to be ready to go. Have your regional manager come out and do an inspection. I mean, it's not the end of the world to have that, but it helps so that he's ready to give you the thumbs up. And then you get a local adjuster or agents to really start pushing for you to get in there. So, third-party administrators, very important. Get a list. You can get it from the RIA. They'll have a list of all of the insurance TPA programs out there. If you don't know, give me a call. Let's set up a call. In the description at the bottom here, I will have a link to my Calendly. Just put that Calendly, click on that, or copy and paste it into your browser, and then schedule a 15-minute call for me, and we can talk about this and all the other things that I've done in the past to help grow my TPA business, as well as other ways that we help you grow your business. We'd love to work with you and help you guys grow your business. That's it. TPAs. It's a big one. Thanks a lot, everybody.